It didn't begin with an announcement. It didn't begin with a headline. It began with a pause. A single moment of silence from Wang Yibo that felt heavier than any words he could have spoken. The kind of silence that makes fans lean closer to their screens, replay clips, and ask themselves the same question over and over again. Did he just mean what we think he meant? For years, there was one topic Wang Yibo never touched directly. Not interviews. Not fan events. Not casual conversations. The moment Xiao Zhan's name came anywhere near discussions of proposals or marriage, the answers became vague, carefully guarded, or simply absent. Fans learned to live with that silence. Some accepted it. Some moved on. Others quietly held on to the belief that unfinished stories don't disappear, they wait. And then, unexpectedly, the silence cracked. It happened during what was supposed to be an ordinary reflection on life and growth. Wang Yibo was asked about responsibility, about how perspectives change with time, about what commitment means once success no longer feels new. It wasn't a personal question, at least, not on the surface, but his answer didn't sound like something prepared. It sounded like something remembered. He spoke slowly, thoughtfully, about how certain connections shape who you become, about how some promises don't need to be spoken to remain meaningful. And then he stopped, just for a moment, long enough for fans to notice, long enough for hearts to race. He didn't mention Xiao Zhan. He didn't say the words proposal or marriage. But the emotional weight in that pause was enough to send the fandom into chaos. Within minutes, clips were circulating everywhere. Fans replayed his words again and again, dissecting tone, expression, timing. Old interviews resurfaced. Past statements, once considered harmless, were suddenly viewed through a different lens. And the same question echoed across platforms worldwide. Why now? This wasn't the first time rumors had surfaced. Over the years, speculation about a proposal or a deeper commitment between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan had come and gone like tides. Each time, silence followed.
No confirmation. No denial.
Just distance and time. Many believed that chapter was closed by circumstance, career direction, and the reality of the industry. But this moment felt different. Fans who had followed their journey from the beginning knew exactly why. Their connection, whatever it truly was, never felt manufactured. It lived in shared glances, quiet understanding, and an energy that couldn't be scripted. Even after their paths diverged publicly, fans sensed something unresolved. Not necessarily romantic, not necessarily ongoing, but unfinished. And unfinished stories are dangerous, because they invite imagination. As the conversation spread, fan reactions divided sharply. Some felt a quiet relief, believing Wang Yibo was finally acknowledging something personal without crossing boundaries. Others urged caution, reminding everyone how easily emotions can project meaning where none was intended. But even the skeptics admitted one thing: his words didn't sound random. Industry analysts weighed in carefully, emphasizing how actors evolve, how maturity changes how people talk about life. They pointed out that reflections don't equal confessions. Yet even they couldn't deny that Wang Yibo's tone felt unusually personal. Less guarded. More open. Almost reflective. And then there was Xiao Zhan's silence. No response. No indirect message.
No clarification.
Nothing. For some fans, that silence felt intentional. A sign of restraint. For others, it felt heavy, like a door deliberately left closed but not locked. Silence, after all, doesn't erase questions. It amplifies them. As days passed, discussions grew deeper. Fans weren't just asking whether a proposal ever happened. They were asking why this moment mattered so much. Why a single response could stir emotions that had been dormant for years. Perhaps the answer lies in timing. Both Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan are at stages in their careers where success is no longer something to chase, it's something to manage. Their images are established, their futures secure, and with stability often comes reflection. The kind that makes people look back, not to reopen the past, but to understand it. Fans began comparing this Wang Yibo to earlier versions of himself. The younger idol who avoided personal topics. the rising star who redirected emotional questions toward work. And now, this Wang Yibo,
Calm.
grounded, willing to speak about commitment without deflection. Growth changes language, and language changes interpretation. Speculation intensified when fans noticed something else. Shortly after the clip went viral, older interviews featuring Xiao Zhan began trending again. Moments once dismissed as coincidence suddenly felt connected. Words that once sounded neutral now felt loaded. Was this coincidence? Or was fandom memory filling the gaps silence left behind? Still, no confirmation came. And that uncertainty became the story. Because if nothing existed, why not shut it down? Why leave room for interpretation? Why allow a moment to linger when clarity would have ended the conversation instantly? Some fans believe Wang Yibo wasn't addressing rumors at all. They believe he was simply speaking about life, growth, and responsibility. Others believe this was as close as he would ever come to acknowledging something personal, without crossing lines that the industry doesn't forgive. And maybe both can be true. As the debate continued, one thing became clear. This wasn't about marriage. It wasn't even about a proposal. It was about emotional truth. About acknowledging that some connections leave marks that time can't erase. Wang Yibo didn't confirm anything, but he didn't deny the emotional weight either. And in a world where celebrities often shut down speculation immediately, that choice mattered. Fans began asking a different question, one far more complicated than rumors. Is it possible to move forward without erasing the past? And if so, does acknowledging growth mean admitting something once mattered deeply? This is where the story becomes more than fandom discussion. It becomes human. Because everyone has moments they never explain, chapters they never officially close. And when those moments resurface, not as scandal, but as reflection, they hit differently. As weeks pass and silence remains, fans continue to watch closely. Every interview, every statement, every pause. Not because they expect answers, but because this moment reminded them why they cared in the first place. Not for confirmation, but for connection. So now, the story rests in the hands of interpretation. Was Wang Yibo simply speaking about maturity and life? Or was this a quiet acknowledgement of a chapter that shaped him more than fans ever realized? And if that chapter was never meant to be reopened, why does it still feel unfinished? Let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video if this moment made you pause and reflect. Subscribe for more C-drama stories that live between the lines. Because sometimes, the most powerful stories aren't the ones that are confirmed, but the ones that refuse to be forgotten.